maybe ask you to speak more about the gradual way and the erosion.
Well, you know, you are that. You are that erosion. You don't really need me to say very much about it, because it's a very natural process. I think, you know, kind of pointing it back to you in a way is that, you know, you've been in our orbit now, and particularly in the orbit of Amoda, you know, however that happened, or, you know, just by grace itself in many ways, you said yes to it, and Amoda said yes to it. You know, and like I said before, you know, I was in Amoda's orbit, you know, not to elevate her too much, but she's a fire that burns, you know, and burns up, you know, one's karma, if you like, you know, as teachers do, you know, maybe. And so then, you know, you've come into that orbit as well with a grace that was latent in you. And yeah, there was some burning away originally, and maybe there's more and stuff, you know. But that's natural erosion. Erosion is part of nature. There's nothing forced. There's nothing, you know, that has to happen. It's not like a digger comes in and takes off part of the thing. It actually happens, you know, by nature itself, through a great willingness. That was my experience, and I only ever really saw it in retrospect. Like you said, it's you kind of look back and say, well, something's softened, something's gone, something's, you know, what's left, and you find less and less and less is left, really. That's until the cliff, the rock is no more. So in a way, there's nothing much to speak to in that. You know, it hasn't got that. It's got experiences along the way, but it hasn't really got much of anything else apart from, I mean, I think it's the organic, you know, natural way of things, you know, and that means that it's very integrated right from the start, if you like, yeah, because that's the kind of way. So there's not much to assimilate. Some people have profound awakening experiences, and then they have to go on the gradual path in a way, because integration is a process that takes place over time, over what we perceive to be time. So, you know, that's it, really. I see that your dedication to yourself through the work with Amoda is actually doing all the work. We don't have to do so much of the work. We just have to find the fire, really. As you know, you find the fire, you're going to burn in it eventually if you don't kind of retract from it. And the job is to find the fire. And maybe this is a fire for some people.